President Trump at NATO,
We call it the 12-day war.
continuing his talks of U.S. strikes to Iran's nuclear sites. A special visitor from FIU at the nation's capital.
That FIU, wherever we go, we do it with excellence.
And connecting with other students. Mission Impossible.
I have everything that I've needed to be on trail for 6 months.
A milestone that was done by heel and toe. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Valentina Gaspari.
And I'm Nicoletta Esper. Today is Thursday, June 26, 2025.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
President Trump talking about the ceasefire between Iran and Israel and comments on the U.S. attacking nuclear sites on the last day of the NATO summit. This morning, President Trump is back at the White House after attending the NATO summit in the Netherlands, where he spoke highly of the effectiveness of U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear sites last weekend.
The president going so far as to comparing the success of the bombing to the attacks in Hiroshima during World War II. Caplin's Brianna Arias has more on the story.
We call it the 12-day war. We think it's over. I don't think they're going to be going back at each other. I don't think so. A little while ago.
President Donald Trump projecting confidence that Israel and Iran ceasefire will hold and the target U.S. strikes successfully destroy Iran nuclear capabilities.
We assess that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons for many years to come.
Comparing the impact to World War II.
Actually, if you look at Hiroshima, if you look at Nagasaki, that ended a war too. This ended a war in a different way, but it was so devastating.
This counters an initial U.S. intelligence assessment, described by sources briefed on it, who said the U.S. strikes did not destroy core components of Iran's nuclear program, and likely only set it back by months. Trump acknowledged the existence of the report, but dismissed it as preliminary and inconclusive.
Since then, we've collected additional intelligence. We've also spoken to people who have seen the site, and the site is obliterated. And we think everything nuclear is down there. They didn't take it out.
On Capitol Hill, agreement runs largely along partisan lines.
Donald Trump has a long history of distorting and putting his own take on U.S. intelligence assessments, regardless of what it actually says.
So you have the Iranians that are saying, look, we want to negotiate peace now. Obviously, we impacted their facilities.
Trump confirmed today the U.S. will meet with Iran next week about a potential nuclear agreement, but has repeatedly said he doesn't feel that formality is necessary. I'm Brianna Arias reporting for Caplin News.
U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem continues her Central America trip this morning after meeting with the president of Honduras. Yesterday, Noem and Honduras' President Xiomara Castro talked about immigration, border security, and the fight against drug trafficking during their visit. This comes after Castro previously rejected President Trump's call for increased deportation. Noem is the first cabinet member in Trump's administration to visit the Latin America country, and she's set to meet with the president of Guatemala today.
FIU continues to expand its reach beyond Florida, including in the nation's capital. President Jeanette Nunez recently visited Washington, D.C. to connect directly with FIU students interning in the city. Caplin's D.C. Bureau reporter Rosaura Mendoza has more on how this visit is building connections and empowering students who are away from campus.
In the heart of Washington, D.C., Florida International University is planting deep roots, not just in policy circles, but in the lives of its students.
We have 55,000 students that we want to make sure are poised for success, and DC is a cornerstone of how we're being not only successful and intentional, but also providing unique opportunities for students year in and year out.
From the nation's capital, it is clear to see that President Nunez's visit isn't just about representing FIU. It's about connecting with the future generation of leaders.
This is the best part of the job, being able to see our students and see the smiles on their faces, see the passion in their eyes, and then ultimately see the great work that they're doing. I hear it from agency heads and secretaries and deputy secretaries. They're always so impressed with the caliber of our students, their work ethic, and I think the most important thing is being able to show that at FIU, wherever we go, we do it with excellence.
FIU President Nunez made her visit personal, sharing stories of her own path and speaking directly with interns carrying the FIU banner in the nation's capital.
I mean, I was honored to have President Nunez speak with us today. It was very insightful. I feel like I learned a lot about her, not only professionally, but personally as well. I'm honestly just so thankful that she took the time to come here and talk to us today.
President Nunez offers the students advice, asks about their experiences, and challenged them to think about what FIU and DC could do even better.
I think it's really important that, our university president is here asking students, hey, what does FIU and DC do that's great, but what could we do better?
With students interning in DC and learning from real-world experiences, FIU's presence here is an invaluable resource for both the university and the students who will one day shape policy on a national scale. Reporting from Washington, D.C. and for Caplin News, I'm Rosaura Mendoza.
This week, FIU is shining a spotlight on a powerful piece of Cuba's history. The university's Casa Cuba initiative partnered with the Victims of Communism Museum in D.C. to debut a new exhibit honoring the legacy of Operation Pedro Pan. Our D.C. Bureau reporter Laura Iglesia brings us the story.
This week has been a special one for FIU, with the Casa Cuba initiative honoring the legacy of Operation Pedro Pan. I'm here outside of the Victims of Communism Museum in Washington, D.C., where a new exhibit is shining a spotlight on this powerful chapter of Cuba's history.
Operation Pedro Pan was the largest recorded child refugee initiative in the Western Hemisphere. Over 14,000 unaccompanied Cuban children were sent to the U.S. between 1960 and 1962.
I hope that it reaches a lot of people because they have no clue of what's going on, and you should learn. You should learn from what happened to us, and it's real people, and we have made it, and it's good, and we have not lost our roots, and that's what's important.
For Pedro Pan children, the exhibit is not just a tribute, but a chance to share their stories and assure future generations understand the cost of freedom.
And about these children had to leave their homes, but that they came here to the United States. What better place to tell this remarkable story than here in the nation's capital that has so many visitors from across the United States and from around the world.
The Casa Cuba organization helped launch the exhibit by hosting a special event at FIU in DC to preserve the Cuban story and build a national center dedicated to that legacy.
Organization that is amazing. You see, still 50 years later, 60 years later, these people coming together for these special events, and really that camaraderie that this built within this group is really special, and happy to see that.
For the families impacted by Operation Pedro Pan, this exhibit is more than just history. It's personal. There's a chance to preserve that legacy for future generations. The exhibit will remain open until December 10th. Reporting from Washington, D.C. for Caplin News, I'm Laura Iglesias.
A tornado swept through the area of Largo near St. Petersburg yesterday, and there are no injuries reported. As you can see, many homes were damaged in the severe weather, which some meteorologists say was a brief tornado, but the National Weather Service has not officially declared it as such.
A man is resting this morning after completing a hike that lasted 6 months. Doug Foos began his journey in Key Largo on New Year's Day and wrapped up his journey in Fort Kent, Maine on Tuesday.
I have everything that I've needed to be on trail for 6 months. I got my tent, I got my air pad, I got food, I got my water filter, water, as little stuff as possible. That way it keeps my pack weight light, which lets me get more miles.
Foos says the only thing he wants to do now is go home, get cleaned up, and watch some TV.
Well deserved.
Absolutely.
Honestly, that deserves a Guinness World Record.
That's a good idea.
Right?
We should send that in.
But the Marlins are looking for a win as they face the San Francisco Giants for a third consecutive time.
An exciting time for Marlins teams, but that's still ahead, and so is this story.
I've been a fan my whole life because my dad was a big Heat fan, so I've been a part of every Heat run, or all the bad teams, the good teams.
A new face will soon make his debut for the Miami Heat. We have fan reactions over the NBA drafts coming up in just 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzz and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
As the Miami Heat hope for a successful NBA season in the next months, the mindset starts on the court. The Miami Heat are on a mission to reload, and fans are hoping the 20th pick could be the first step.
Yeah, I got to stop by the Kaseya Center last night, where the energy was high and the expectations even higher.
2025 NBA Draft. The Miami Heat select.
Fans lined up to shoot on Pat Riley Court, snap pics with Bernie, and dance alongside the Heat dancers, all while keeping a close eye on the draft board.
To have the kids come here and experience what I'm experiencing right now. So basically, to get a feel for shooting free throws or seeing players and just being in this environment.
It was a long season for the Heat, sneaking into the play-in, then getting swept out of the playoffs. Now fans are looking for real moves, not just running it back.
I've been a fan my whole life because my dad was a big Heat fan, so I've been a part of every Heat run, all the bad teams, the good teams, and I'm still riding on.
Player excitement might be up in New York for the 2025 NBA Draft, but here in Miami at the Kaseya Center, fans are packed inside, waiting to find out who the newest member of the roster will be. The Heat used the 20th pick to select 6'6" guard Kasparas Jakujonas out of Illinois.
Oh, it's exciting, man. I mean, I just started going to Heat games again, and it's an experience. Like, I really love the city, love the culture that it brings. It's a nice experience, and I want to continue doing that.
Jakujonas joins Miami's youth movement following Nikola Jokic, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and Kel'el Ware as first-round picks in the last 4 years. Fans showed up, got loud, and made it clear it's time for a change in Miami. So now with a young core coming together, Heat Nation's hoping this pick marks a new beginning.
The Marlins bring the Heat to San Francisco. Otto Lopez delivered the go-ahead RBI single in the 10th. Then Heriberto Hernandez slapped a 2-run double to fuel a 4-run inning and lift Miami to an 8-5 win over the Giants. On the mound, Edward Cabrera struck out 6 in just over 5 innings. And the Marlins have now won 3 straight games and secured back-to-back series wins for the first time this season. They'll go for another sweep tonight. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out Chic STEM to get started.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Nicolette Esper.
And I'm Valentina Gaspari. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.